I used to be a secretary for a few years at a climate research institute, and I was the one who ordered flowers when someone got sick or passed away. And to actually receive flowers myself, it's kind of unreal. I was just gonna go for a walk and open the door, and these were outside the door, and it's flowers. I don't know from who, but it's a very sweet thought. This is flowers I got from a couple of friends of mine and their mom. And these I got from my job about a week ago, where they say that they are thinking about me and giving hugs and all of that from everyone at work. And these things here, they do mean a lot. And I genuinely do appreciate it. So, if you've lost someone out there, or if you know someone that has lost someone, sending flowers, that is something that I at least appreciate. I had to get out of the house a little bit. I needed to think. There's been a lot of things that has happened that I need to take care of, me and my sister. I need to think about the apartment that was left and the inheritance and so on. And I have to say, even though I was prepared for... My mom was sick for a while, and even though I was prepared for a while about what to do and so on, it's still... You can't really prepare for all of the things that is going to happen. And there's a lot of legal stuff, and there's a lot of payments that has to happen, and a lot of planning, and it can take a year to just finish everything. And that's kind of what I want to talk about. When someone passes away, how much is left for the people that are left behind. And thankfully I have my sister up in all of this, so we can do things together. She's very good planning things, and very good. She's a bit older than me, almost 12 years older than me, and she basically knows a lot of things that we have to do, and we also agree with a lot of things, so thankfully we don't have to worry about any conflicts. At least not yet, not so far anyway. And I'm more of a spontaneous guy. When I heard my mom had passed, I went to Spain right away, dropped everything, and just went there as soon as I could. And my sister, she's sick at the moment, so she couldn't come with me. So I took care of everything there, had a ceremony for all of the Spanish people. She had been living there for almost 14 years. And then my sister took care of things here in Norway. And just being in Spain for a week, I was doing something every single day, and there is a lot to do. I had to go through the apartment, which took some time. I had to plan the ceremony that was there. I had to prepare the cremation and everything there, and talk to my job, talk to my school, and so my point is there's a lot to do once someone passes away. And when I got home, that's when it kind of started for real. After we had a ceremony and put her urn down in her father's grave, then we had to start thinking about legal stuff with lawyers and things like that. And I have to say, there is a lot that the people that are left behind that they have to do, and I don't think it's gonna change. Maybe not even in my lifetime, but I do think that it should change. That there should be like a system where when someone passes away, you get a death certificate right away, and it's just sent to every single person that person had been in contact with or contracted with. When you send in the death certificate, it should just be automatically spread around to the people that are involved. So every phone company should be alerted, or TV company, or whatever it is, should be alerted, so you don't have to fix everything for that person. But that's not how reality is. You have to fix a whole lot of things. So when you first do something, like if you have a plan that you should be selling the apartment, or if you want to keep it, or whatever it is, then, and you're firmly decided on doing that, then suddenly a rule comes up that you haven't heard about, and suddenly then there is taxes that you haven't heard about. And I think that there should be like, okay, when someone passes, here is the options that you have, so you don't have to figure everything out and spend like a year trying to figure out what's the best alternative. Because that's basically what me and my sister is doing now. We have to figure out if, for instance, I keep it and I have to buy her out, what are the positives and what are the negatives? And if we redecorate it and sell it, will that be beneficial? Should we sell it? Should we own the apartment together? What should we do? And as soon as we think we have a decision, then something comes up. Well, then you have to think about taxes, but you don't figure that out right away. You stumble across it. And even we went to a lawyer, and he didn't even know all the rules. And since the Spanish government is involved, since my mom had been living there for 14 years, that it's even more complicated. So having so much things that you have to figure out, it's very tiring, and I think it's kind of unnecessary. And I've been thinking about a lot about taxes, about how high the taxes are in Norway, which I'm actually thankful for, because we get a lot in return. We have free healthcare and free school and a free lawyer if something happens to you and you have to go to court. And as long as you get something in return, I don't really see the problem in paying taxes. But I do think that since everyone goes through death at some point, whether it's yourself or a relative, then I do think some of the tax money should be going to the government so that they can take care and fix everything for you. And even a funeral agency, they have their role to play, but they're not gonna fix the legal things, and even a lawyer can't do everything. You have to think about the apartment, and then you have to go to the real estate, and it's just so many instances that you have to go through. And I think that if we did the same as with healthcare and education, and you would just have a person coming to you after someone has passed away, and they would say, when do you want the funeral, or do you want the funeral, or a cremation, and here are your options with the inheritance. And you would just sign the papers and it would be taken care of. But instead, things like this will affect your job, and it will affect school. I have missed a lot of school now, and I probably have to. Thankfully, I'm not in the university yet. I'm just improving some grades that I have from late high school. So, but I have to do that probably again if this will take too much of my time. And I think that, I hope that the future generations don't have to go through all of this. So I think it should be dealt with in a better way. But I don't know, maybe it's just wishful thinking, and maybe it's too much of a task for the government to do, but I do think that the way it is now, it's kind of unrealistic for the people that are left behind to know everything and to make informative choices, even though if they have a lawyer or a real estate agent or a funeral agency and all of that, it's still a whole lot of work. So I hope that in the future things will just be taken care of, because this is something everyone eventually has to go through. So yeah, I didn't, even though I was prepared for this, I didn't know it was going to be this tough. So I'm out for a walk now to clear my mind. I'm gonna visit an old church here and listen to angry music and just clear my mind a little bit, and then go back to editing some videos. It's Easter here, so I can I have 2 weeks off from everything, from school, from my job, from the real estate and the lawyers and everything, so I can actually relax for a while now, which I'm really going to enjoy. So I just wanted to put it out there, and I don't have any solutions to everything, but I do hope that in the future people don't have to go through this kind of process that we all have to go through now. This church here burned down when I was a kid, and I remember that me and and my best friend and her grandma, we used to come here and play. And it's kind of nostalgic to be here now. They refurnished it to make it look almost the same as it was.